This podcast is brought to you by the couchcommentators.shop. Help support the channel by purchasing your Couch Commentators merchandise using the link below.
Please, we're desperate.
Please. Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. Today I have Dan and James by my side, as usual, gentlemen. How are we this week? I happened to see you guys on the weekend as well at this place. Dan, mate.
Wait, what? We're here? Nah. Yeah, I've been pretty good. Had a good weekend. Fucking full of alcohol and family and friends. Had housewarming party. Technically, housewarming party. Yeah, and then you guys were there. And then Sunday we went over to Nan's house for Mother's Day to have lunch. And today I've felt like a Bulldogs fan. Flat track bully. Because I'm feeling flat as fuck.
Yeah, look, it's tough. The Monday blues about us. James, how you going, mate?
Yeah, first of all, happy Mother's Day to everyone, all the mothers around the world, and happy day to all the rest.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah. Look, weekend was pretty good. Spent too much time with you guys. Dan said it, I think, yesterday. It's now 3 days in a row.
Yep.
Just too much.
That's some content filmed, though, gentlemen.
Yeah. Look forward to that in the upcoming weeks, months, years.
Decades.
Soon to come out some reaction videos, hopefully. We had a pretty good night here at the old studio. For those who don't know, we have a wall over there that's kind of got like a grow room, is all we can call it. And we did do some exploring. If you keen-eyed fans watching the podcast on YouTube, you'll be able to see behind Dan, there's this big black stick. It's actually a didgeridoo. We found a didgeridoo in the grow room. We also found a LED strip light, so it definitely is a grow room.
There's a compost bin in there.
Compost bin.
Of course, I didn't go in there. I'm too big to get in there. But
so we
had 5 people in there.
Look, this podcast could be taking off in more than one way if we start growing some stuff back there. But,
Couch Commentators bongs coming soon.
Oh, yeah. Look forward to that. I think that'll actually be a higher seller again. Speaking of Couch Commentators, go buy the merch. Also, guys, I have to bring up, look, it's hard to say it, but I think James is an alcoholic. You've got a Jack Daniels bottle behind you, mate. You've been drinking on the fucking job.
Yes, I have been, but I think that was there for a different reason.
Yeah, it was actually planted by one of the people on the weekend, and they told me.
I'm going to guess it was planted by Matthew Cadwell.
It was.
He was drinking them.
And then, there was that and the stubby holder as well planted up the top there. But yeah, great weekend. As you said, good to get with family and have a good time. Seeing Nan as well was good. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. But now, gentlemen, enough about us. I know they're here for us, but let's get into our ship punting. Dan, mate, you wrote here that you're cursed. There is a curse going on. It's the Dan curse.
Yeah, look. So I think it's like 3 of the last 4 weeks with my horse race, like my horse that I put in the horse racing multi, that it has just straight out just won its race. And I haven't backed it for like my Dan's decision.
Paying $10 this week, I believe.
Yeah, this week I would have been winning the fucking...
You'd be top punter.
I'd be top punter at the moment.
By a decent amount, I reckon.
If I just got on my horses that I picked for the multi.
Instead, you wrote in our group chat, you said, why would I pick a horse when the Dragons are playing? And wow, those words.
It came back to bite me in the ass.
Yeah,
because my Dragons multi didn't win and the horse did. So, fuck, I'm just gonna back my horse next week and it's not gonna win.
If you see Dan doing a Dragons multi, probably back his horse in the horse racing multi.
But I gotta give it to myself. Like, I don't know much about horses. It's 3 out of 4 weeks of the last month. My horse has won.
Doing better than the 3 of me, James, and Lucas, the horse racing guru himself.
Had a shocking month, really.
Yeah, it's been tough, and look, I'm not going to promise to you guys because there's a lot of empty promises.
You've promised the last 2 weeks,
but loyal fans stay true, and there's going to be a win sometime soon. Gamble responsibly, as always. 1-800-858-858. 8.
Bet with your head not over it. And while we're speaking of gambling, thank you, James, for the 2 wins that you gave me on the weekend.
You're welcome.
There was that that dragon thing.
Yep.
And that Golden State Warrior horse. Thank you very much.
For clarification, Golden State Warrior came third. Don't
Well,
want
I had
Lucas
it each way,
shitting
so-
down my throat.
Don't missude me.
And then I had a good win yesterday as well with Jackie Boy
Oh yeah,
winning.
how was that? Good pick there, Dan.
I had him I had $10 on him to knock him out and $10 on him to go the distance and get decision. So
Smart punting.
$8.25.
That's gambling with your head right.
You guys
there.
do the maths.
Not over it. Yeah. We have the best part of the podcast brought to us by you. It's the listener questions. Got a couple here, so let's get into it. Matty C, he has asked, I need a new sport to follow. Do you guys have any recommendations? And
Well,
funny you said that.
do I have a sport for
Oh,
you,
no,
man?
I don't know if we could say
Yeah,
it.
it's a spoiler.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
a spoiler.
Is it a spoiler?
But we
Look,
have found one.
There is a sport coming out that we've reacted to, Matt, that you'll soon be
You will
a big
love.
fan of, I reckon.
But other sports that you could switch to
Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball. That's
Women's beach volleyball, to be specific.
Hey, I'm not judging that. Okay.
WWE is a pretty good
Yep.
sport at the moment.
It is sports entertainment, so
Yeah. Joe Hendry. I'm just getting into that. Other stuff. You could go to AFL. I feel like you'd probably get along with the audience of the AFL.
he'd cop twice as much shit in the group chat if he went to AFL.
Why is he asking this question? It's interesting.
I wonder.
I
Like,
hope we get into that, divulge into that a bit later.
maybe later we might have 64 points,
64 reasons.
64 dot points to
Yeah.
put onto him. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you liked our recommendations, Matt. Okay, the next question. He asks, so I've done brisket, lamb shoulder, ribs, whole chicken, and wings. What should I slow cook next? So this is following on. I don't know if you've seen last week, James. We had Matty's meats being brought up a couple times.
Yeah.
Matt's mates.
I've watched the first half of the podcast. So yeah, didn't
Big
get
fan.
back. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did hear about Matt's meat. I heard you talk about Matt's meat for about 20
Yeah.
minutes.
yeah, it was
Come back
long winded.
around. What would you recommend him, James?
Look, good question. I don't know, maybe some pork. Get some pork on your fork.
Yeah. Dan, mate. Any?
Yeah, that's what was coming to my mind as
Pork
well.
belly.
Good pork. Maybe a bit of beef.
I would recommend a pizza. Slow cook one of those.
Slow cooked
bad
pizza
boys.
could go hard. It would be it'd be very weird, but
Well, I'm pretty sure he's got a gas like slow cooker. So
yeah, he does.
I mean, like it's
It's just
pretty
a
much
a second oven.
it's a glorified
Yeah.
oven. Get to smoking, man. I want to see you smoking some meat. Oh yeah. There you go.
Maybe he can slow cook the tigers
Mm.
because they got slow cooked yesterday.
You could have some tiger meat. I like that idea. Hard to get. Sure, the Campbell Town is selling some relatively cheap.
The underground black market.
Next question again from Matt. He asks, is it bad to tell your mum what she can and can't have in her house, even though she bought the house? Interesting question.
So I know where he's going with this question because it's directed at me
Oh,
indirectly. So I'll give a bit of backstory here. So obviously I live with my mother, for those of you who don't know. And she bought this house and she messaged me a week and a half or 2 weeks ago of a photo of pink containers for the kitchen. And she said, "Can I get these?" And I'm like, I don't know why she's asking. Like, she could go for it if she wants to. And I just jokingly said no because it's pink and I hate pink.
mm,
And now it's become a whole thing that everyone knows that I said no to her
Wow.
getting those things.
wow.
Well, everyone knows now.
Yeah.
This is
but-
troublesome. Wow.
But then my sister on Mother's Day went out and bought 2 of the canisters. So mum is going to buy them now. So who cares?
What do you have against pink, Dan?
I just don't. There's
The
honestly.
person and the color.
The person is okay.
Okay.
the, The color, you go upstairs, there's too much fucking pink.
Yeah. All right. I'm thinking about changing the background for the podcast to pink. Let us know. DM Dan. Let us know. Okay. Next one. Actually, my opinion on that. I'll throw it out there. I think you're in the wrong, Dan, and you should apologize on the podcast live. Look down the barrel.
Nah.
Okay. James, your opinion?
Don't have much of an opinion, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's
that's fair.
silly.
Okay. Next one. It is from Leonard.
Leonard, actually.
Leonard. There's no real R. It must be a silent
yeah.
and missing. Yeah. Leonard.
Leonard.
He asks, who is your New South Wales state of origin pick out of Pappy, Edwards, or Tedesco? James.
You're missing one important player.
William Kennedy.
A bit of a veteran. He's done the job before for us. He's playing again. Jared Hayne. Bring him back.
I thought this was a fullback position, even though it doesn't say fullback there. But
Look,
Jared Hayne seems to be playing
5'8".
front row.
He's like 5'8", yeah.
You could give him a couple of weeks. He'll drop the kegs. He'll be fullback. Laurie's went to him in his time of need, and he got the job done for him. And I think that's going to matter a lot when he's picking this team.
I mean, as you said, it's been a long time.
No, serious. Probably Edwards.
Fair enough.
Dan?
Look, I'd love to see Pappy there after yesterday's performance. Obviously, we'll get into that later. If it wasn't for injuries and like all the injuries he's had to his legs, he probably would have been there before Edwards, I reckon.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
Tedesco, I think even though he filled in one game last year, I think he's past it, even though he's having a pretty good season this year. But yeah, I think they're going to stick with Edwards, unfortunately. But I'd love to see Pappy there.
Yeah, I think just like again, I know we don't want our team to be molded by that Penrith system, but you have Cleary in there, you have Yo in there,
and it's probably going to be
Martin as well.
Critter, To'o.
Yeah,
like Critter's come from the Penrith system.
That is literally just putting the Penrith like dream team back together, you know.
Yeah.
Which is I would say it's going to be Edwards. I don't think Tedesco's had a decent year, like up there with like some of his best performing stats.
Yeah.
But he just stifles the attack sometimes, like.
And he has the good old slips in him, so.
Yeah, slips. But I think it'll be. Either Edwards or Kennedy. I was like, there's whispers. I've been talking to him.
Gotharino?
He's been there. He's done it before.
He's been there, done it before.
He came off the bench for 5 minutes.
Nico Hines.
He played centre and got baffed by Kate Will.
Oh, okay. Next one. It's from Nodnab. He asks, is it an unwritten rule in a group chat that if you have your nickname set, you can't remove it yourself? This is touching home at the moment because there's someone in our group chat who's just been clearing his nickname 24/7, and it's the guy who's been asking a lot of questions himself, Matty C.
I thought you were talking about Nodnab.
James, mate.
Yeah, look, I don't think I've ever touched my nickname.
Yeah.
Your nickname just gets changed and you probably didn't even know it.
I believe yours is Elvis, and I have no idea why. I don't know. Maybe because you're the king, James.
Yeah. Must be. My sexual hips.
Yeah. Seduces people with those hips. Dan.
Yeah, look, if you got your nickname set by someone else in the group chat, like it's another unwritten rule that you can't set your own nickname.
Yeah.
And if it's set by someone else and you're sitting there removing it as soon as someone does it, that's just like fucking shit cunt material.
Ooh. That's hitting home right there. Yeah, I think Look, not great question. Firstly, secondly, I think it's just it's a dog act. When you get your nickname changed to 64 Neil, you should be keeping that nickname, and I don't know why you'd change it.
Yeah.
Several times. It's ridiculous. It's
Well,
honestly
I'm going to sit here right now and change it to it. Change it to it right now.
We'll get back to you guys when he's cleared it again. All right. Next question. It's from Nodnob again. And he asks, is there anything less manly than using the hip adductor or slash adductor machine asking for a mate? James, have you had any work with the the hip abductor?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
have. In my younger days,
Yeah.
we thought it would be fun to try. And
Hmm.
I heard you had a lot of struggles in your recent attempt.
Yeah, it's crazy that this question's come up because I actually only
Maybe Nodnob was at your gym watching
he
you
could
do
have
it.
seen me. I did it on Saturday, guys, and I've never felt less of a man. And not because of how like the machine itself, it's because of how I could literally just my hips were so stiff. I could like open them like maybe I'm talking 5 centimeters, I think. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm very sore at the moment as well. Dan?
I've looked at the machine when I've gone to the gym
Hmm.
and it's like, yeah, no, that's not for me.
Yeah. It's
It's I just couldn't do it.
it is wild, and also like looking at someone else in the eyes, you just gotta like, fuck, oh shit, did I just look? Because like you're spreading your legs, you're just like, yeah,
You're
mate.
just like, yeah.
It gets a bit much. Shout out to the mothers who lift like 80 kilos on that thing. I was doing like 10.
You know what you next should try? How the girls put the weight on their hips and
Hip
just
thrust.
The
the
hip
hip
thrust.
thrust.
Oh, I do those. Oh,
That's
fuck.
manly because that's practicing
Yeah,
something.
and I'm looking at people in the eyes. Yeah, great
jeez.
question. No, good stuff. That's all for the speak. Yeah, it's not speak pipes. I was getting a bit eager.
Get ahead of yourself.
That's all for the listener questions. But now the speak pipes, guys. There is a couple, so let's get into them.
Jeez, just a few.
Looks like someone else has got the Monday blues.
The Monday Blues. Okay, we got Rang.
Morning, lads. Rang here. Just thought I'd call up to issue a
Morning,
formal
mate.
Morning.
cease and desist letter from the couch commentators referring to the Bulldogs as flat track bullies. What a win. Not going to lie, I was pretty upset coming into half time, but that turnaround was something special. Canberra had absolutely no idea what happened to them in the end. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not saying that we're favourites to win the comp or even we'll make a grand final. I think we've got a long way to improve before that, and the first half shows that quite clearly that we've still got a while to go before we can be considered serious contenders, but things are starting to track in the right direction for the boys from Belmore. Woo!
Yeah, look, I have been the leading voice calling them flat track bullies.
So the cease and desist should be against you,
yeah.
if anything.
You've been a pretty good second voice, Dan.
Yeah.
I came in one day and you guys just said, we're calling them flat track bullies from now on. I went, all right.
The resilience showed when 20 down. It was pretty
Yeah.
good. I'll give him that. As you mentioned, obviously having the 20 points put on you in the first place can kind of show like how their levels at the moment. Like you did come back from it, but do that to Melbourne and you see what happened to Tigers. But yeah, no, definitely you guys are building, and I think I have stated that multiple times. I still think you're going to be in the 8. I still think you are a decent team. I think it's just
Yeah, more than likely top 4. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just yeah, you're working for it, working to it. I think you're probably still just missing the key half or like key spot.
I do like Sexton, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Sexy Time is a good half, but he's just not that X factor half
at
that
least yet.
a team needs.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Don't know where I was going. Reg, another one from him, mate. I'm sure he's gonna add on to that.
Thought I'd jump in quickly too. I don't want the podcast to be really short this week because I'm assuming we're not going to hear a word from Matty C after that performance by the Tigers. What the fuck was that? And then to make things even worse for them, Jerome Luai's dad straight on Instagram sharing "Get Out" clause activated.
That was great.
Honestly, you can't write this stuff for the Tigers. Like, you could be in a TV series where there's creative writers. You could not write the shit that comes out of the Tigers. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. At some point, you've got to feel a little bad for the fans, but, like, they chose the club, and it's been the same thing for the last at least 10 years, probably 15 if you're being realistic. Yeah, so Matty C, sit on that one.
I was going to say, like, as you said, you feel bad for the Tigers fans. No, I fucking don't. Because I copped it last week from Matt.
Well, that's some Tigers fans I feel for. Yeah. One individual, probably not.
Statsman Farlow, I feel bad for.
Statsman Farlow in the corner. We got to see him on Instagram recently, guys. Shout out Statsman.
He poked his head out for once.
Yeah.
What's that? Okay, yeah, Tigers suck. Yeah,
64-0 was it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. As for the scripted, I think there actually is a script. It's Tales of Tiger Town has never finished. When that series came out, it just continues on.
We want season 2.
Just as you think, like, okay, they're starting to build something. Yes, look, teams like I think Bulldogs last year got pumped by Knights or something like that, but like still had a great year. But this could happen. But like it just keeps like you think your club's going good, and then out of nowhere, Galvin wants to fucking leave. Out of nowhere, Luai's dad just starts saying, "Let's activate the fucking get out clause."
Like
clause out, fuckers.
Yeah, does Luai's dad talk to Luai much these days? Like, was he on the bourbons? Like, jeez,
he's probably. Oh look, I think it's a joke. I hope it's a joke.
Not in very good taste.
Like,
after the game, he's messaged his dad, put it up. Put the story out, mate.
I need to fucking leave now. I think that's probably like the most Jerome Luai's ever lost, like by, and that's probably why his dad was like, get out clause. Because like you'd have to think through his whole like age groups going up. He had a gun. He was probably with like I don't know like juniors wise, but surely it was with one of the or two of these lads who's gone.
I'm pretty sure reps he had Cleary by his side the whole fucking time,
and they were just like undefeated like champions. So it's like I don't know if he's ever lost by 64 points, and it's tough.
There would be a lot of players in the NRL that have never lost by 64 points. Luckily, he's got some teammates there who've been through it before.
I think Benji Marshall said it best in saying, like, there's some words he wanted to use about the team. He was disappointed, but he can't say it. So you know it's bad if he can't say it.
Happy's got used to it by now. That's right.
He's gone from the premiership rings to just, it's rough. But yeah, next one. Funny because Reg said, obviously, Matty C won't speak, but I feel like Monday Blues might be here. Let's see. We got one from Monday Blues.
Boys, how are we? Yeah, so I'm sick on a Monday. Fucking sick as fuck. So I just thought I'd take this time. I was going to put in a lot more energy this week, but I'm just a bit fucking crook, so he's probably lucky. But I was listening last week when Rang brought up that point, saying he's possibly the worst sound in the world, Matty C. I agree. We know my thoughts. We know my past statements. We know my opinions. But fuck me, thank God they got absolutely humped into the Earth's core by Melbourne. Newcastle not doing any better, bottling a 20-point lead. Look, that's another speak pipe. But hopefully we won't hear so much from Matty. Because I agree. Like the podcast flows good, and then you get to him and you just like, bruh, shut the fuck up. You didn't even come down and play fucking social Oztag on a Wednesday. So anything you say about any form of footy or any opinion you have is just irrelevant because you're a fucking pussy. Matty cuck, Matty crackhead, Matty...
Cut off at the perfect time.
Cut off there.
Perfect time.
Imagine like it follows on his next one. No love for Matt at the moment.
On the 1 week he needs a shoulder to cry on,
Yeah.
there's none here from the fans.
Made a lot of enemies. I will say that. Look,
Ken did tell me he was going to try to start World War II, but obviously with him being sick, he's kind of held back a bit. But hopefully he
given Matt some time to write some memo because he's gonna need it. He's gonna need it.
He's going at the best in the game of speak pipes.
Yeah. All right. Next one. It's from who was I looking at?
Hopefully Matty just guts the fuck up. Swear I seen him as well the other week, actually, before the 35s. Like, before I go on coach, I always go to the pub and have a few beers. And I was walking through, like, the car park at Roost, and I just heard this voice, and I'm like, fuck, I've heard this fucking Darrow sounding cunt before. And I looked over, and, like, granted, I'm not really too familiar with Matty C, so I was like, kind of looked, and I was like, I think that's him. Anyway, he sort of looked at me. I went in, got a beer. I was sitting down at the table, and then he walked past again. And like the way he looked at me, like that confirmed it was him, because it was just like you could tell he knew who I was, but I was like, I don't know, 50-50 into knowing whoever the fuck this bloke is. And he fucking just quickly got out of there. Fucking pussy. He was probably on his way to go film another fucking speak pipe and, give his thoughts on rugby league and, fucking whether they should remove the kickoff or some fucking shit. Be something dumb that would come out of his mouth. Anyway, Tigers suck, but so do the Knights. So, yeah. And also, with the fucking gorilla, you don't need 100 men. Me and Aiden will go in and fucking smash that cunt. We've got it.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll just send you two in.
Yeah, Matty C lives around that area, so you might see him up there
quite often.
Probably every Thursday.
Thursday 4 till 7. Yeah, he'll be there.
It might be a meeting spot for the podcast. We can have like a live fight there or something.
Yeah,
it'd be great. Look, I would love to see you two take on a gorilla as well. You're all thoughts on
just Matt dressed in a gorilla costume.
I was actually about to say the same thing. Matt dressed in a gorilla costume.
A video today of Marab Davalishvili versus guy in a gorilla costume, which is good. James, your thoughts on the 1 versus 100? We didn't get to hear your opinion. Just those two?
Yeah, just those two. I think every other opinion has already been given, so I'm going to follow up with just Ken and Aiden.
Who was the person we didn't mention last week? There was someone we didn't
Alex
mention.
Pereira.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pereira.
He literally just knocks him out. Just one shot.
Yep.
Like, obviously, we said probably our elite 10 in Canadated Zed Pereira.
Yeah.
Gonna
so
tire him out a little bit.
You send the elite 10 in at about 87.
Yeah.
And then you send Ken and Aiden, and then you send Pereira.
Yeah. Tire him out. Yeah. Next one. It's from Ed's Water Place, also known as Newbrook.
Look, and just one last thing. This isn't like a question or anything. I just wanted to share something with you that I've seen since moving to Campbelltown. It's quite possibly like the greatest thing I've ever seen. So like, obviously I got to go to training at Roos, and the way that I go is like up through the top of Aids sort of thing.
Yep.
Like down that road where you can just turn into Aids. And I was driving there the other week, and fucking I'm like looking at the side, and I'm just thinking, fuck, Aids looks a bit gnarly, eh? Anyway, I see this bloke, and he's like walking along, He's got like a brown paper bag in his hand, so he's obviously got like a long neck or something. Bloke looks fucking weathered as like, you know, he's probably seen fucking Para win the grand final in the 80s and shit like that. Fucking. Anyway, he's got his brown paper bag, drinking his long neck, and he's got like a dog lead. Anyway, there's no fucking dog on the lead, eh? He's just walking, fucking dragging this lead along the ground. He's just yelling shit out. And there's no one around at all. Like, the only person that was around was me driving. And I just looked at him and just thought, fuck me, that is by far the wildest thing I've seen living out here. And I love it.
Oh, man.
And I wish that guy would hit Matty C with the fucking dog lead.
Like, he missed the best parts of it as well, because like back in the day it was even more crazy. I believe that guy is actually only 20 years old as well. He's just like
had a hard life.
Yeah, had a hard life.
Like, Ken has never experienced the Ed's Walker.
Yeah.
The fucking dance and dancing to Jeff Hardy music.
On your drive home, when you see that bloke, that guy's he's a hoot.
That used to be the best thing.
You missed out on like the best parts of it, like best time of Ed's back before the new Brook.
But Ed's pub existed.
Yeah, before they burned it down.
I was about to say, you drive past there and you'd see just a random place on fire.
Yeah. But I am interested in what he was walking.
His imaginary dog.
Yeah,
And like it may have looked like he was yelling, but I bet he was wearing AirPods and he was having a passionate conversation about business.
business.
Let's just crack the fuck out and walk in his imaginary dog.
Oh man, who let the dogs out? Am I right? Okay. Next one. It's from Stop. He's already dead.
I think I know where this is going. Tigers.
Oh my God! He's stealing all the burgers! Why, you little guy!
It's all just an act.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
Hey boys, someone should have sent this to Melbourne on Sunday before our season went up in flames. Yeah, it was disappointing to watch, and I did turn it off before half time and just kept monitoring the scores through the NRL app. But anyway, boys, just remember my speak pipe from last week. Games on Sundays do not count. The season is still alive. I promise you.
How do you feel about Thursdays? Do they get...
Well, that's a deflated man right there. They were right. Only one speak pipe from him as well.
I've sort of come to this realization this week. Either Tigers fans are weak as piss or I'm a sick puppy because I don't turn the game off. I'll watch it and get angrier and angrier.
Yeah.
And let it ruin my weekend.
And then there's me who throws his jersey in.
Yeah. It's like Bellamy getting angry at the team when they drop the ball and they're still pumping him by like 50 points.
Did you see the video? Harry Grant's up near the coach's box,
smile.
and he looks at Bellyache and he just goes,
Yeah,
while he's going off his head.
Yeah, look, I hate to say, if Harry Grant played, it's probably fucking 80
Oh,
now.
yeah. With Harry Grant, that is a fucking... you're just getting obliterated.
But, like, look at the positives. Because they had 64 points scored against them. They can still win the comp. If you have 50, I'm pretty sure. It's not the 64, right?
No, it's definitely like it still continues. And just an update, Matt hasn't changed his nickname.
Oh.
He hasn't cleared it yet. So
Okay, beautiful stuff. Okay, now we got a couple more speak pipes to go through. We got one from Tigers Sark.
Yes, they do.
G'day, boys. Just thought I'd do this for
G'day, mate.
because I can't help but agree with the other Aiden in saying about when his speak pipes come on. For me personally, I actually skip the podcast forward whenever I hear that cunt's voice. So I just thought I'd read out some of the Tigers fan mail on their social media. So you've got, Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Here's a 64-point loss. Take away the 64 points and we take them to Golden Point. Someone else said,
Does
does this mean we won't win the comp? And then someone said, that was like watching the log truck scene in Final Destination, which is actually a guy getting impaled in the head with a log coming off a truck. So, yeah. And then on YouTube, one I found funny was the West Tigers got mauled by the Melbourne Storm so bad it was less an NRL match and more a nature documentary on prey getting devoured. The Storm ran through them like a hot knife through butter, leaving the Tigers' defence looking like Swiss cheese with extra holes. Their attack was about as threatening as a kitten with a paper bag. Tigers are fucking shit.
Yeah. I could not agree more with you and the fans. I believe that 64 Neil one was Matty C, I think. Taking him to Golden Point there.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Happy Mother's Day, honestly. It made my Mother's Day so much better.
Oh, mate, it's... Oh.
A smile on my dial.
I'll remember that Mother's Day for years to come.
100%.
I'll tell my grandchildren about that Mother's Day.
What's in the history books?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Next one. It's from Soccer Review.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Also thought I'd just bring back a soccer review for you boys, give you an update.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Swansea actually finished the season with 5 wins and 1 loss. 5 wins and a draw, and we were actually, in the last 7 games of the season, we would have been coming third. So, good end of the season, and the interim manager was actually given the job. So, he's now the full-time manager. And then in other news, Ange Postecoglou could be the first Australian manager to win silverware with Tottenham getting into the final of Europa. So, that could be good for us, because,
that'd be huge.
That'd be nice for the Aussies to get something. And then my team. Yeah, we're not doing too crash hot. We lost 4-1 last week. I may or may not have missed 3 or 4 goals myself. So, yeah, not good. And then yesterday we lost 3-2. But I potentially broke someone's jaw. Going in for a 50-50. I was going full tilt, the other bloke chickened out sort of thing. I got the ball, and then his head collected my shoulder, and then he was on the ground for a bit, and they ended up calling an ambulance for him. So,
Jesus.
Poor bloke, but yeah, don't run the shoulder.
maybe Ken was right about the gorilla.
Yeah. No 10 in the bin.
Well,
no yellow card, no nothing.
Hearing that his kicking isn't the best. 4-1 is rough. Definitely when you have 3 attempts at goal yourself.
Yeah, so it could have been 4-all, Aiden, is what you're saying.
He would have had some of the Monday blues himself, I think, after that game. But good to hear. Hopefully Edge gets the dub.
Yeah, hopefully.
For Australia.
There's a good chance that it still won't save his job, which is quite funny.
We love seeing Australians on top.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
We're always on top.
Hopefully, I don't know if Aiden heard our soccer review like a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
When we had all the fucking...
Go back and check that out. That was great stuff. All right. Next, it's from House Update.
Also, boys, got another bit of an update with the house. Big Kenny's come through and given me some assistance. I've got a couple workbenches up in the garage now, so I appreciate his help with the mighty courier. And his words were that I didn't even have to ask to borrow it, as I've basically rebuilt that thing for him, so it's basically mine. And also, finally, after shifting 27 tons of soil, yes, that's right, 27 tons of soil.
Oh, Jesus.
I laid my turf in the front yard finally, so it's a bit late in the year, but it is what it is.
Good job, mate.
Hopefully it does well. It is
probably going to get drowned.
Bermuda couch in
Yeah.
the front. I've got Sir Walter Buffalo in the back, but I just wanted some couch at the front, so let's hope it goes all right, because it wasn't cheap. That's one thing I didn't account for is grass that isn't kikuyu is expensive. It was about $1,000 for the backyard and $1,000 for the front yard. So, yeah, not too cheap.
Goddamn.
Hopefully it takes for him.
Yeah.
Winter upon us will soon, Yeah.
I've looked at the weather. It's looking like it's going to be raining pretty much all this week. So
See, that's not
a good
bad
thing.
for him. That's
a
good.
thing.
You want rain.
But cold can obviously stunt growth of grass.
And he's in a pretty chilly area.
Yeah.
But look, fingers crossed for you, mate. Nothing better than some buffalo out the back and some cooch up the front, mate. 27 tons. That would have been some heavy lifting.
That would have been some effort.
Damn, unfortunate that we weren't there to help you out,
Yeah.
mate.
Could have been done sooner.
Wish we were there. All right, next one. Over 35s.
Also, boys, just thought I'd throw it out there. Friday night at 7:30, the over 35s versus Narellan, and it's in Picton.
Ooh.
You might go, fuck, why are you telling me it's in Picton? I'm not going to that, but hear me out. Kenny and I are planning to go to the George. And if you guys remember correctly, the George is where the lamb kebabs are from. So, man, if you want to get on the kebabs and we can maybe get a kebab eating contest with the two big fellas going, eh? Maybe we can get that going.
You guys want to lift?
Yes.
Could be an idea. We'll brainstorm it. We'll see how we go, eh?
We'll get back to you.
So that's a picture. I might have work that night, but we'll see.
So you finish at 6 on Fridays?
6:30, but yeah.
6:30. Look, that's
There's
plenty of time.
There's time to get there. We'll see how we go. All right. That's the speak pipes done. Thank you, as always, for sending them through. Send more, and we enjoy them, as always. Matt, obviously, we don't stand by what they say about your speak pipes.
Yeah, we want more.
We want more.
This week was a good one.
Gentlemen, we get into the NRL talk.
Fuck yeah.
And we get into who let us down and who impressed us, as always. James, I'm going to go to you first. Who impressed you?
Look, I'm going to go Pappenhausen.
Yeah.
He's still in the obvious.
Hard to go past him.
Like, he was the most impressive. 36 points, was it, by himself?
36 points.
He outscored every other team in the comp this week, except for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Most points by an individual player in the NRL era.
He did outscore Melbourne.
Oh, the rest of Melbourne.
He scored 36 points and they only scored like 28.
But, yeah, outstanding. I saw one good TikTok. It was who does this remind me of? And then it was just a flashback to when he scored 4 tries in like 11 minutes against the Broncos.
Almost like I sent that in the group chat.
Look, I didn't say that.
He doesn't read the group chat.
Yeah.
What a performance by him, honestly.
One of my favourite bits was in his interview after with Fox Sports. He goes, and I missed an easy kick too. It could have been 38.
Could have made the record.
Ego on the bloke.
Yeah, it was some sort of performance, honestly.
Mate,
just by the whole team, obviously. But
I would have said it's impressive.
Well, as he said, he said, like, his quote was he cherry picks tries, like support play and stuff like that. But you got to be there.
I tell you what, his first try was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
the kick through, another kick through, then bobbles up, and he just fucking kick. Has his hands on the ball as it's going down.
Contorts his body as well.
Yeah.
There was also a try that was disallowed, but he could have got another try.
Yeah, he could have had his fifth. Yeah.
So, look, what a game by him, Dan, mate. Who impressed you? The Dragons.
No, I'm gonna say Cowboys. Actually,
okay.
I didn't watch the full game, but getting to a draw with Penrith, even though they've been up and down this year, they haven't had too crash hot of a season, but I think they were 18-12 down at halftime, so they've come back and made it 30 all and gone through two halves of fucking Golden Point. They shanked a couple field goals, but so did Penrith. Yeah, the Cowboys impressed me because, gone blow for blow with Penrith ain't easy.
Yeah, that's true. Look, I think this was a very impressive round. Obviously, a lot of comebacks were on, which was nice. But I will be going to something that every man and their dog has seen, even the bloke in Eds without his dog. The troll mitt, mate. 50 meters out, fucking slots a field goal. Then Aura farms and walks off like it didn't even matter to him.
We still got 2 minutes, man. We got to work it.
Walking away. Jaden Sullivan goes to jump on him, does the fucking Aaron Woods and falls to the ground as well, which was pretty funny. Then followed up by, to finish the game off, little sneaky, goes to take a knee. The Broncos switch off. Some of the players are literally just walking off. Billy Walters goes to put his hand on him, and then Mitchell just goes for a try, and that just puts the icing on the cake.
I think they call that the Robert Barrow.
Yeah.
People are calling it scummy, and people are calling it it's a smart thing, but it's funny.
It is funny. I was laughing.
Game's game. I was in tears.
Yeah.
Got to play to the whistle.
Yeah. Look, it does just put that little bit back on Latrell, because if you just kick the field goal, everyone would be like, wow, what a game. But then this just throws that little bit
what's he like as a bloke?
Yeah, why did you do that? It's not in the spirit of the game.
Sorry, fucking what's Pierce Morgan.
Yeah.
Honourable mentions this week to the Bulldogs and Titans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both 20 points down.
The other one I wanted to bring up, and he's a bit of a villain of the podcast, at least to me. Blaze Tulagi announced himself as a Penrith superstar. I think he had a hand in almost every single one of their tries.
God damn.
I think he had 4 assists in a try. So
it's definitely a big positive for him. Obviously he started the season not in the team.
Yeah.
Working his way in and playing good, but he's going to have to do it when Origin comes around as well. He's going to be the man.
Yeah. It's going to be probably him and fucking Schneider.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Okay, now we'll go to who let us down. Dan, mate.
I'm gonna go with. Let me just look at my phone real quick. I need to remind myself of who it was. Let me just have a quick look here. It's gonna be Lehigh Hopewadi.
Oh yeah.
He let me down because he didn't score a fucking try. The dog.
Wow, tell us how you really feel.
I had a multi going for the Sharks and Manly game, and it was KL Iro, Ronnie Mulatalo, Kula, and Lehigh to score. Paying $30, would have got $300 back, and fucking Lehigh didn't even score a try.
Wow.
And fucking he was inches away from scoring a try sometimes, and then just fucking Cooler didn't pass him the ball.
That try that Cooler scored off the kick into another kick.
Oh, where Saab
kicked
it off his shin and it goes to fucking
Mole kicked it as well.
Yeah,
it was that was try, and I couldn't even go against it. I was like, wow, that was pretty sick.
And I think for Cooler's second try, he could have passed it to Lehigh.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice. It would have been nice, but obviously not. So fuck you, Lehigh.
I didn't really care.
I'm sorry.
I was pretty happy with them. I scored another try, to be fair.
I'm sorry, John, for saying fuck you to your son. Please don't come after me.
He will.
He will actually fuck you with his finger. James.
Look, you know what hurts more than when your team gets flogged? When your team gives you hope.
Yeah.
And Parramatta gave me hope.
A lot of teams had hope this week.
In the last minutes of the game, making the line break, 2-on-1 with the hammer, goes to Dylan Brown. He still gets chased down and taken out. That let me down. Didn't even play that bad. Couple of lapses, but we're a shit team. You expect that a bit, but I may have prematurely got excited when we made the line break and had a 2-on-1. And I was let down.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It's tough, but you are at the top of the upside down
Yeah,
ladder.
we're back. Well, I missed it last week, but we're back to our rightful spot at the top of the upside down
got
ladder.
1 point. They're now 1 point above you guys, so it's even better.
Outright.
Outright. Nice.
I do like the difference in our for and against and their for and against.
Yeah.
We're at like -40, they're at -2.
Nice.
Penrith at -2 differential is fucking crazy.
That is wild. Unheard of.
Who let you down, Brendan?
Who let me down? I would say 2 things let me down. One would be the Raiders, like the last couple weeks, last month or two, they've just been finding ways to win and like performing so well. You think when they're up 20-0, like they could put them away.
Yeah.
Alas, they could not. And Ricky would have been fucking blowing up. Speaking about blowing up, like Jamin Salmon with the weak guarded dog. That was good.
Dog.
But it turns out
beautiful.
he ended up being a weak ankled dog.
Weak ankled dog.
Yeah, because he
broke his ankle.
Yeah, broke his ankle.
That's
10
right.
weeks.
Oh, stuff. But he got the try.
Got the try.
It's kind of a bit of karma, eh? Like,
Yeah.
reneging your fucking little thing that Ricky said and then gets injured.
No, that was fair play. There was a video that came out last week of Ricky laughing at someone saying it to him.
The crowd yelling out to him.
And then, like, I saw one point. It was like, well, Ricky held a grudge from when Jamin was 12 years old, so
Yeah.
he can hold it for a couple of years.
It must have felt good for someone to score a try, though.
It would have.
And notice how I didn't say the Dragons let me down because I didn't really fucking watch the game.
Well, we were there, you know.
And you felt like you were watching.
You'd come in
I
and
was
have
like-
a look.
I was like in and out.
Metcalf did kick that field goal.
I remember watching that.
I didn't even watch the highlights because I just didn't want to get let down.
I remember seeing Val push one past the post to the right.
Yeah, I seen that.
The other, I had 2 things that let me down, gents, and the other one, look, we don't ref bash.
Oh god.
Especially like usually, like I've been hearing whispers. People have been saying, I don't ref bash, and especially when my team wins. But I'm gonna fucking bash the ref this week. Gerard Sutton led our team. Like he gave us, it was I think a 7-2 penalty count, and then when they started coming back, it was just penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty into 6 again, 6 again, 6 again. And I'm like, he's just let the fucking crowd get to him and he's just fucking feeding off it.
I remember I was laying in bed and I had my TV on and I was facing my mirror and I could just see it out of the mirror reflection. I just say penalty and then I'd look away for 5 minutes, penalty. I was like, fuck me.
But like similar happened in the Para Dolphins game of like, they seem to be very aggressive in their line speed, to put a polite way of saying, while they're offside, and holding down in the ruck a lot, which then helps the line speed. And like the first half, they got penalised for it, and then I feel like the ref sort of went, "Oh, I've accidentally just blown 7 penalties in a row."
Given too much against them.
It didn't mean they stopped.
100% what happened with us, and I'm going, this is ridiculous. We're getting penalised for the shit that they're literally doing. And it was bad, and I was worried. Look, it was come back around, it was 14-all, and I'm like, fuck, we could be done here. If these penalties came out, but I don't know how we're going to hold out. Luckily enough, Garrick with the fucking drop ball over the line for Trindle to score a try. And then from then on, we just iced the cake. So I was pretty happy with that.
I kind of fell asleep at that point. I heard it.
Fucking
and then
shout out Billy Bird, 3 tries this.
Sign him up for Origin. Put him at halfback.
That man $1 million. All right, that was who let us down and who impressed. Now we got a couple more things in the NRL world. We have mentioned Jerome Luai's dad. It's the post. We think he goes to Perth, maybe. Maybe. Top of the Dally M's. Surprise, surprise. Willie K is still up there, still trucking away. I don't know how he got the points for a while ago. I feel like Billy Burns or Nico Hines should have got.
He played a decent game.
Not 3 points, Murphy.
Yeah. I mean, there's 6 points.
That's 6 points
available now for.
Yeah. But he got the points. I think Terrell May's still behind him, not by much. So
I'm guessing Pappy would have got fucking 6 points
probably
from their
the
game
max.
because he moved up to 20.
Oh, he had
so-
a pretty quiet second half.
Yeah, pretty quiet for his standards. That's all for the NRL. unless
You missed
guys...
one.
What was that?
Water ball gate.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. How could I forget? Look, we always knew Penrith cheated to get those 4 premierships.
Yeah, strip them.
But
I think they should be stripped.
See it on camera. It's
Give 2022
disheartening.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked.
Yeah, I can't believe it, honestly.
Considering Cowboys have done the same thing and the ref literally grabbed the ball and kicked it off the field and got another one.
And I just want to say almost every club has done this, does it?
Yeah.
Paddy John said on his show that he would get the ball. They were like when they're at home ground, they'll get one ball boy to rub Vaseline on one of the fucking balls. So when the other team gets it, give him that ball.
Yeah, like this one runner wasn't like the genius that figured, hey, I could put some water on this ball.
It's just he did it with his back turned.
9 times out of
and
10.
The ref didn't see.
They're not looking at the cameras aren't on a fucking water boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say, speaking of Penrith, can we put a line for them? Are they not going for 5 in a row now?
I
don't think they can win the comp. Clip that up.
Mathematically, I'm saying
like they can probably still
rule
make
them
the 8.
out.
They can probably still make the 8.
Yeah,
I think
I don't think they can win the comp.
The origin period, like you've now got to rely on, as we're saying, Blaze has to win games, and I just don't think. Let's say there's 3 games there that they now lose. They already have fucking lost a decent amount. It's gonna be tough for them to come back.
Yeah, 100%. So,
I'm putting the line for them.
Hopefully, we can put a line for them for 5.
Yeah, luckily Parrot will get there with the comp, but
You're going on a what 17-game winning streak.
Moses obviously not getting picked for Origin, right?
No, we've just got the depth. I think we've seen that.
Ronald can step up, or Hawkins, either one.
And Hawkins actually played all right.
Yeah, you got to
win. Never know.
All right, in some fucking losing games.
Was he probably 1 from 4 or something like that?
Good stats.
Hey,
Good stats.
He played when he won against us.
Yeah.
So 1 from 4, not bad.
That's all for NRL. We go to our eye catchers though, and Dan, mate, you're up.
So something came across my desk this morning. I was scrolling through Facebook, and I've seen a video, and the title was "Guy Sebastian snaps Achilles." So the video is he's literally I'm guessing it's a charity match of AFL or something.
Yeah,
and
him and another famous bloke.
I can't remember who it was. Yeah. They said it in the video, but I can't remember.
They played that like at just like a local park footy AFL team. The team hadn't won a game in like a couple years or something like that.
Like the video is Guy Sebastian. He's like jogging, and he goes to turn, and you just hear a pop.
Oh.
And he just drops. And then the next frame is him just ice on the back of the Achilles, fucking walking off in crutches.
Yeah. That's crazy because I seen a completely different video. I didn't hear about that. I heard they won. Like, they won by a couple points. So, like, the crowd fucking went wild. And the crowd was like 2,000 people compared to, like, usually they would have
probably
like 50,
100
50 or 100. Like, it was a massive event. And, they won. And now I'm hearing that he snapped his fucking Achilles.
He snapped his Achilles.
Well, he really put his body on the line for that team. That's great stuff.
So, Guy, if you're listening, stick to singing, mate.
Yeah.
And judging on whatever show you're on these days.
Voice.
Yeah, the voice.
Okay. Now, my eye catcher.
Jesus Christ.
This eye catcher's, look, it's the goat beak, the goat.
It's going to rustle some feathers this one.
It's going to rustle some feathers. I'm pointing at you, Lucas, here when I say John Jones is the goat, and this is why. John Jones has the longest heavyweight title reign. Now he's officially overtaken Steve Miocic. 785 days in a row.
Brandon, can I just ask you a question? How many title defenses has he done in 785 days?
That doesn't matter because he beat Steve in that one title defense. He's had 2 heavyweight fights, one for the title, one as a defense. But that doesn't that doesn't show like his
Now
reign.
he's got the longest reigns in light heavyweight and heavyweight.
His reign is because of how scared they are. They don't want to fight him.
Nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah, they're ducking him.
Yeah.
It's not like someone is constantly wanting to fight him at all. Nah.
There's no interim title. You know, he's actually, I think the longest interim title champion is Tom Aspinall. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good value, and that's why he's the GOAT. James, any eye catch for you, mate?
Kanye being Kanye.
God, Kanye's crashed out again.
Oh no, he's been posting music. Beautiful music. One of his latest ones caught my eye and ear on TikTok. I think it was titled HH. It's been taken down from all streaming platforms.
My brain is going somewhere.
If you don't realize what it is, then
something about Germany or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
It's been a horrible song to have caught in my head. I keep singing the words everywhere and kicking strange looks.
Especially at work.
Yeah.
You were marching as well, I heard.
Dave was actually really devastated that was taken down. It was in his top of his playlist.
Yeah, I
He was actually
downloaded it.
gonna-
It's all right. I can play it for you later.
He was actually going to play it on the podcast, but
What
I
a
got taken
fine
down.
rapped #1 song James has listened to.
HH by Kanye West.
Between that and was it World War III and Cousins, there's been some great songs.
I need to now go look these up for research purposes, guys.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Not that, but great eye catch, gentlemen. Okay. Now, look, we spoke earlier just about UFC just then, but UFC 313 happened.
315?
315. Sorry, fuck my brain. I literally read the number and said the wrong one. It was Jack Della Maddalena versus Muhammad Bilal Muhammad.
Remember the decision.
Remember the decision, and wow.
I
What
think
a
that
fight.
has to go down in like one of the top five fights I've watched.
Yeah, wow, that's huge. It was a great
Like,
fight.
I have only got into UFC
Yeah.
heavy like the last few years, but
And
He's
it's-
watched 5 fights.
Yeah. Shout out to Bilal because his fights are sometimes snooze fest, which is why a lot of people dislike the man. But this fight, yeah, as you said, was
Yes,
such
fuck.
great back and forth, some close rounds. But Jack just had the better shots, and
yeah,
he's bobbing, weaving, and just fucking picking his shots.
Yeah.
It was great.
Getting his head into that low position,
Yeah.
just stopping the takedowns before they happened from
Yeah.
Bilal because he didn't want to dive in and headbutt.
Constant
Yeah.
moving as well. That was also stopping the takedowns because like
Yeah.
he was always pivoting.
Circling and pivoting,
Yeah.
switching stances.
and then when like Bilal got him to the ground, he was able to get up really
Yeah,
well
that
and
was-
just
I think a technical by Bilal was stupid. He tried to start like went for more takedowns later in the round,
Yeah.
like the fight, where like you're a bit more sweatier, you can get up. Like
he
that
was
sort of
yeah.
stuff.
like Bilal was
Bit
just more
gassed.
tired.
Yeah,
Like, he
yeah.
got punched in the face for 3.5 rounds by the time he really got
yeah,
his
it was
first.
like the middle of round 4 he started to try to take him like really to the ground.
Yeah, like he had a couple stuffed like takedowns and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He was defended, but yeah, wow, another fucking champion, boys. Let's go.
But, like
Let's
the
go.
other thing is like he could walk down to Edwards, not worrying too much about getting knocked out.
Yeah,
But like you can't just go charging forward at JDM
Yeah.
because he's just
it
piecing
was
him
a
apart.
credit to his chin. Like he did fucking
Oh,
cop some
Jack threw some fucking punches,
elbows,
man.
knees, shots, fucking cut him up. His lip fucking massive cut.
Yeah, he had a cut like under his eye as
Yeah,
well,
cut
didn't
under
he?
his eye as well.
The lip one was gnarly.
Yeah.
I saw someone say he gave him the set.
The villain arc. He's gonna come back with a villain arc, Bilal. He's already the villain, but yeah, it was great to see. I loved what his trainer said to him in the round 5. It was stay focused and keep pinging the cunt. Like,
Yeah, that
you've
was
got
good.
one more round to win
Yeah.
this title. Stay focused. Keep pinging the fucking cunt.
Like they were just saying like as you said, stay focused. You got one more round. He'd pretty much won the fight already.
Yeah, but
Like it was 3-1
anything
at that
could happen, you know.
stage.
Like anything could happen. Leon Edwards won his title in like the fucking last seconds against Kamaru. It was meant with a fucking high kick. Like you got to be still worried. And you still got to be fighting. But again, he actually tried to take it to him and try to finish him. Like in that last round, he was trying to get it not go to decision.
It was looking a bit shaky when that one round. I think it was round two or three when. One that Bilal actually probably won.
He was putting the pressure on.
Yeah, putting the pressure on him. Started looking like he was gonna fucking
Jack was kind of
put him to the sword, but
like he was the whole time. Jack was trying to stay in the
middle of the ring.
Middle, and that round he kind of pressed him outside near the cage, which worked well for him. But wow, what a fight, what a win, another Aussie champ. The call out from Islam Makhachev have been quite interesting since him winning the title. There's been like him saying on Twitter, "Keep my belt clean."
Because he said in the press conference that he'll give him a run because he's gonna get
one back for Volk.
Right? Get one back for Volk. Speaking of Volk, did you see Volk's reaction to him winning? He recorded himself like watching it, and he was just like so ecstatic for him. It was mad to see Aussies supporting Aussies.
It's great stuff. Like the reason Islam has always said he wants to be one of the greats. He wants to pound for pound. He's already pound for pound. He wants to be a double champ, but he couldn't be double champ because he too close with Bilal. Like
Bilal just
together.
To him that much.
Couldn't do that. So as soon as JDM took the title. It's all on.
It does mean we lose because if Bilal won, we were probably getting Ilya versus Makhachev.
Yeah.
And now we're getting JDM versus Makhachev. And our boy's going to get revenge for all of Australia.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And
no, he will.
He will.
I did this is a funny bit of Whitaker on a podcast or something like yesterday or today. And he was like, man, Bilal said he's not leaving there without the title. So does he just now live in Vancouver?
That's a good one from Whitaker. I like that.
Hey, I live in Vancouver.
He lives in that stadium. He just can't leave.
Sorry, still waiting on another fight. In
the press conference afterwards, like in the post-match interview, he wasn't even holding the title. Yeah. And then his trainers brought it over they're just like, hold the fucking title away.
DC said something like, don't let anyone take that away from you. You're the champ now. You do your interviews with the title.
Like, it's great. It's great. I can't believe it.
Beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, can't wait. And can't wait for future fights.
The fact that it happened at the same time as the 64-0.
Yeah.
Like, Lucas was like losing reception during the game, and then all of a sudden the fight's on. He has reception.
He was able to talk. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Now we did have a little bit of cricket chat, James, the guru.
Yes. This was some news that probably expected a couple of months ago after the Indian tour of Australia. Look, we did pump him, so maybe he didn't want to come out and say it straight after. But Virat Kohli has hung the test whites up. Looks like he'll still be playing some short form cricket, which, like, arguably that's his best format, especially one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, first of the Fab Four to retire from form of cricket. Actually, no, Smith retired from one days or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Smith retired from one day.
Yeah, I guess first to retire from test matches.
Yeah.
So it's
firstly just great.
Look, we hate him, but you can't knock the bloke.
We love to hate him. He's come out. He's won two series out here. Yeah. He's shoulder charged an 18-year-old.
He let the 18-year-old get under his skin.
Yep.
One of the greats.
King Kohli.
That's all for cricket chat, though.
Yep.
I'm sure
we'll let us know in the comments. King Kohli or MS Dhoni, who's better?
Dan, mate, the WWE guru.
WWE Backlash happened on the weekend, as you boys know. You guys watched the main event.
We did.
That's all I'm going to talk about because I don't care about any other matches. Even though I watched them, but I don't care about them. I wanted my childhood match. John Cena versus Randy Orton. It was glorious.
Oh, yeah.
There was RKOs through tables. There was fucking attitude adjustments into RKOs. There was
There was Randy Orton, attitude adjusting
Yep.
Cena twice.
There was almost 2 punts to the head. There was John Cena impersonating Randy Orton, going to punt him in the head. And then the creme de la creme, the piece de resistance, R-Truth coming out to save John Cena, getting punted in the head, saving his childhood hero, even though he's older than him. But that was great. And then, you know, John Cena wins with the low blow and
Gets the dub.
And
then
in the press conference, John Cena, who wasn't meant to be in the press conference, comes out to Triple H and says, "Mate, this is my press conference now. Fuck off." And he said, "Whenever the 17-time champ and the GOAT wants to fucking talk, you let him talk." And then all of a sudden, R-Truth comes out and says, "Look, I helped you. I saved you. I'm so proud of you." And then R-Truth gets attitude adjustment through the table. The rumors are that it's going to be at the next pay-per-view, it's going to be John Cena versus R-Truth for the WWE Unified Championship or whatever it's fucking called these days. So that's going to be funny.
That's good stuff. Yeah, there was some nostalgia. Me and James were sitting out the front of Nan's before we went in, and we were just fucking, we're frothing it. Yeah, when John Cena went fucking, like, started going Randy Orton, and we're going like this, like, I'm going, mate.
That was funny.
It's good. Good value. Okay. That's all, gentlemen. Obviously, buy the merch. Link in bio.
Yep.
Link in bio and description.
Oh my God, OnlyFans now, link in bio?
Yeah, sneaky link. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, follow social medias as always, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.